Good afternoon to all of my dear students. Welcome back to your online class. And today I am going to discuss a new topic from your NCERT book Science, that is Forest Tower Lifeline. Okay, that is from your book, page number 206. 206. Okay. Now this topic, you know what is actually forest. Okay. Do you know what is forest? Have you any idea about forest, students? Can anyone say? A forest is an area or a part of land that is covered with trees and a wide variety of plants. Okay, you can say it. And now, not only this, forests form a complete ecosystem that includes various living organisms such as trees, herbs, shrubs, plants, microorganisms, wild animals, and birds. You know, it's all type of organisms that make a complete ecosystem. Now, what is this ecosystem? Can anyone have any idea? Anyone having any idea about this ecosystem? Ecosystem is a community or group of organisms. They are interact with each other, or a interrelation between these organisms uh, in a area that is known as ecosystem. Okay, so you can say ecosystem is a community or a group of living organisms that live in and interact with each other in a specific environment that is called as ecosystem. Okay, you understood this point, everyone? Any problem? You can tell me. Now, ecosystem that is also include in our forest along with living and non-living things. As you know, living things including biotic factors and non-living things including abiotic factors. Okay, abiotic factors is, as you know, abiotic factors like sunlight, air, nutrients, water, rock. Okay, these all are comes under abiotic factors. Okay, now there are different kinds of forest present on the earth depending upon the geographical and climatic conditions of a particular regions. Means there are so many regions uh, on the basis of the climatic condition and the geographical location. Okay, so there are different types of forest on the earth. Okay, understood this point, everyone, up to this portion? Any problem? Very good. Okay, now forests have various purposes for human beings also, as well as nature. Hence we can say forest as a natural important natural resource. Understood this point? And we can say that what is ma'am, I have a problem. What is ecosystem again? Ecosystem is a community or group of organisms. They are live together and they are depend on each other with an interaction in a particular region. Okay, Antik, understood this point? Any problem, beta? Okay, very good. Now comes to another point, that forests are home of numerous of plant species. Why it has been mentioned that it is the home for numerous plant species? Means there are so many types of plants. You have read that herbs, shrub, trees, these are found as so these forest is a place that is the house of different kinds of plants, including herbs, tree, like some other plants also, neem, shisham, then bamboo, fig, sal, amla, teak, this all. Okay, okay, students, Understood this? Why forests are home of numerous plant species? You understood this point? Now along with the trees there are different herbs, shrubs that I have already told. Not only herbs, shrubs, there are also presence of climbers, creepers, okay, then grasses and small plants can be found, okay, and these plants serves various purposes for the environment as well as human beings, and we are dependent on this all, okay. And the forest grow by themselves. Why can you say that forests grow by themselves? There is no need of planting tree in the forest. Why? As the favorable condition or the favorable climatic condition is already present over there, so that new plant easily they can germinate and they can grow on themselves, okay, grow on their own. So we can say that forests grow by themselves, okay. Now on the basis of the layer found in a forest, we can divide forest layer into so many layers, mainly including the layers including forest floor, then herb layer, shrub layer, then understory and canopy and emergent layer. Now what are those points? Have you ever heard about these points, these layers of forest? Whatever I have told, the layers of forest, have you heard the different layers of forest, or you are only just have heard it now? There are different layers of forest, okay. First comes to the forest floor. Before coming to this, there is a layer called stratification of forest, okay. That is actually defined as dividing natural habitat into several layers, that is depending upon the height of the plants or vegetation of that area, so that this allows the minimization of competition among the animals and allows them to survive easily, so they can utilize their own area and along with their food, shelter and whatever they need. And there are different stratified layer in a forest, and in different layer different organisms and different types of plants can be found. So there are so many layers, okay, and the number of layers of the forest is depending upon the climate, temperature, availability of light, types of soil, okay, and also rainfall. Generally we have seen such stratification of forest. First comes to forest floor. Now what is forest floor? Floor in your room, what is your floor? Just like in a forest, that is a floor, okay. Stratification of the forest. Name of the layers of forest is called stratification. Stratification, I must write it here, that is stratification, okay. Understood this point, stratification, everyone? Any problem up to this portion? You can tell me now. Yes, there are so many layers. I am telling. First layer you must write. If you can't remember, then you must write first layer is called forest floor, okay. There are so many layers among forest floor, herb layer, shrub layer, understory, canopy and emergent, okay. These 6 layers are present. Now first comes to forest floor. As I have already told that what is a floor, and this comprises of the shade of leaves, okay, then stem, bark and top layer of the soil, okay. There are so many organisms, decomposers can be found in this layer in the forest floor, okay. So dead leaves, present bark, okay, these all are present in the forest floor. Forest floor is the first layer from the bottom to top. Now comes to herb layer. After this layer there is a layer where herbs. Herbs, you know what is herb? Can anyone say? Can anyone write in their chat box what is herb? Plants without woody stem, they have fleshy stem, okay, and which grow above the ground. These are like grasses, you know, these are called as herb. Okay, and they are usually less in number, very less in number. So above the forest floor there is the layer of herb layer. Okay, so next comes to shrub layer. Above herb layer there is a layer of shrub type of plant. Means the shrub, as you know, they are woody stem but they are slender and they are medium size, and this layer requires most sunlight. They need sunlight to grow. Okay, so we have just read three layers, that is first one is forest floor, then herb layer, then shrub layer. Now comes to another three layer. After shrub layer there is the layer called understory. Understory. Okay, these consist of plants that grow above the forest floor. Okay, that is above the forest floor. As you know, above the forest floor already the herb layer, shrub layer already present, and this understory is also above the forest floor but lower than the canopy. As you can you have already idea what is canopy, that this understory is always lower than the canopy and they require less amount of light in order to grow. As you know that above the understory there is canopy layer, so the most of the sunlight that is actually held by that canopy layer, so they don't need such a high amount of sunlight, they need a small amount of sunlight to grow. Okay, so this is their adaptation. And that next comes to canopy layer. Canopy layer, you know, the trees, have you seen trees with crown? Trees with crown, have you seen? This crown is called as the canopy layer. Okay, now it is always exposed to sunlight. Okay students, now comes to after this canopy layer the emergent layer. What is this emergent layer? This consists of the topmost layer of the tree and it is generally found in tropical forest, not in normal forest, that is found in tropical forest. I hope you understood this, everyone. Anyone having any problem? You can tell me now, beta. No problem. So I have told you different types of layers that is found in the forest. In the stratification of the forest, first layer is the forest floor, then herb layer, then shrub layer, then understory, then canopy, and then emergent layer. Okay, you have understood this point? Emergent layer, what is the work of emergent layer? I think that is the topmost layer of the forest forest layer. Okay, actually there most of the sunlight covers on that area, and it is mainly found in tropical forest, not in other type of forest. And main function, they are actually, it is characterized by long and slender just trees, that is that having more heights than other trees. Okay, so this is the emergent layer that I have already told. Means it is the topmost layer of the trees. If there is if in the tropical forest such trees are found, then they can be in the emergent layer. Okay, Monalisha, these are actually this emergent layer is only found in the tropical rainforest. Okay, means tropical forest, they are found in the tropical forest. I hope you understood, everyone. Means on the basis of the height of the plant we have just categorized the different types of layers in the forest along with the plant. Okay, so we have seen that forests are habitat of many kind of animals. Okay, and forests provide favorable environmental condition, and also they are providing food, shelter to a variety of wild animals, insect, microorganisms, you know, micro means small, they cannot be seen by our naked eyes, so they can be seen under microscope, so they are called microorganisms. So they are just providing all the facilities which are needed by these organisms all. Okay, now these trees of the forest act as their shelter, while a variety of plants and animals are their food. So we can say that animals and plants, they are dependent on each other. Okay, and another thing that forests are home to a variety of insects and microorganisms because the soil of the forest is highly fertile. As you know, in the forest floor there are the shaded leaves and bark all over, all the things are present over there in the forest floors. The soil become mostly fertile when they become decomposed with the help of the microorganism. So that soil become very fertile, and that is become the presence of, that is become the presence with humus. Okay, humus, as you know, humus makes the soil more fertile. That is very essential for plants growth. So that makes their favorable condition also. And another things, forest also support different food chain. Why can we say that forest support different food chain? Food chains, as you know, there are different kinds of animals or organisms. They are depending on each other by means of just taking food from each other, interacting with each other by means of food. So by this way we can say uh, they are interconnected via food chain. As for example, as you know that from environment, atmosphere, plants are actually in presence of carbon dioxide in air, water, and and by this way, in the presence of sunlight, with the presence of chlorophyll in their leaves, they can prepare their own food. So they are called producer plants. And from plants, for food, which are dependent on plants, as you know, insects are depends on plants for food. Also we are also dependent on that, but these insects are also eaten by some animals like frog, as you know. So they are dependent on the insect for food. Then these frogs are eaten by snakes. So frogs are also dependent on the snakes are also dependent on the frogs for their food. So and snakes are being eaten by again eagles and vultures, as you know. Okay, then these all organism, after when they become dead, then their dead organic matters, these are mixed with the soil, and that make the soil more fertile. And their dead matter is converted by the decomposers in the soil, and so that decomposing materials become the food for the fungi, like fungi, you know. So by this way we can say living organisms are interconnected through the food chain. Okay, any problem up to this portion, students? So by this way we can say that forest food chain. Okay, in the next class I will describe that how the nutrients are recycled in the forest, and also another thing that why forests are called green lungs, then why forests are called dynamic living entity. Okay, I hope you understood, and this my request to all of you, please check regularly your e-portal and YouTube channel. I might give some I might upload some videos, offline videos about your topics. Okay, students? Okay, that's all. Thank you everyone.